West Nile virus and many other diseases. And they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
Hi, I'm Jim Koski, and join me Mondays for Life in the 906.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, with the current city manager set to step down, the city of Escanaba has a new plan when it comes to finding the next one. Plus, Governor Whitmer lowers flags at the state capitol in honor of a longtime Marquette legislator. And could a political standoff from 2023 finally be coming to an end? Michigan's Supreme Court is now stepping in to settle a battle between lawmakers. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Kelly, good evening. I want to go fishing this weekend. You better give me some good news today.
Yeah, Kevin, good evening and happy Friday. We're all trying to get outside and do those fun things that should normally point to warmer weather, like fishing and all that fun stuff. I understand your frustration. There are going to be some positives, though, with this weekend forecast. And of course, the positive here is the mothers out there. It's Mother's Day weekend. It's a great opportunity to get out and celebrate whatever weird things the weather might do. Temperatures right now on the comfortable side into Marquette, 54 degrees, and recovering warmer down into the Iron Mountain and Iron River area into the 60s. Temperatures won't dip down too much in the overnight, so we'll set up for a mostly dry and maybe chilly weekend, but those full details are coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Kelly, thank you very much. Escanaba City Manager Jim McNeil is stepping down next Friday, and administrators are still searching for his replacement. Following several candidate interviews, the City Council has decided to hire a company to find the ideal person for the job. The service will cost about $14,000, but council members say the company has had success with similar communities. At the end of the last night's council meeting, the mayor thanked McNeil for his 3.5 years as city manager.
Thank you for your service, your time, your effort, your energy, your dedication, your ingenuity, and mostly caring. It sure makes a difference when you have people who really care about what they do. It comes through in every aspect of the work, and it makes this community a better place to live in.
The council also selected City Controller Melissa Baycott to serve as interim manager until someone is hired. In honor of former state representative Steve Adamini, Governor Gretchen Whitmer has ordered U.S. and Michigan flags at the state capitol complex to be lowered to half-staff. Adamini was a Marquette native and longtime Upper Peninsula public servant. He died April 29th at the age of 81. Adamini represented the 109th district in the Michigan House from 2001 until 2006. Throughout his career, he also served on the Michigan Transportation Commission, the Northern Michigan University Board of Trustees, and as city and county attorney in Marquette. Whitmer called Adamini a smart, funny, and down-to-earth legislator who dedicated his life to helping others. Funeral services for Adamini were held today at Northern Michigan University. Michigan bills passed back in 2023 but not sent to the governor may finally see some movement. A lawsuit was filed in 2023 when Republicans took control of the House and they refused to finish the work the previous speaker left for them. The dispute has now reached the Michigan Supreme Court, where the Senate is arguing the House has a constitutional obligation to send the bills to the governor. But the House argues it was the previous speaker's job and the new speaker shouldn't be responsible.
If they embrace the claim that the Michigan Senate is making, then they could do that in a variety of ways. If they agree with the House, then okay, we'll probably never have litigation over this again. But it does remain to be seen exactly how they'll rule.
Now that the state's highest court has heard both sides, all that's left is their final decision, which is expected in the coming months. This week, Senate Republicans unveiled their multi-billion-dollar spending bill for ICE and border protection. These agencies, which Democrats have tried to enact reforms for their immigration and enforcement tactics, would be funded for the next 3 years. According to our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp, the measure also includes $1 billion for the President's Ballroom Project.
This week, the Senate Homeland Security and Judiciary Committees released their legislative text for the $72 billion budget reconciliation bill to fund ICE and Border Patrol through 2029. For months, Democrats have held up funding for these two DHS agencies after they advocated for reforms for ICE and CBP following intense pushback on the administration's immigration enforcement tactics. But under the reconciliation process, which is a special budget procedure, Republicans could move forward with funding without Democratic support.
You can't put anything in the bill that's not related to revenues or expenditures. So you can't put something in there about voting rights because that's not related to expenditures or revenues.
According to the documents, this would give ICE $38 billion and CBP $26 billion for the next 3 years. Republicans say the funding would ensure stability for federal law enforcement after a historically long DHS shutdown. But Democrats are calling this package harmful because it doesn't come with a single reform they were seeking.
The Democrats lost their fight to get the specific reforms that they wanted to ICE. Those reforms like the wearing of masks and body cameras and all the rest of the things they were asking for, they did not get in this package.
Also in this text, $1 billion for security purposes for the president's White House ballroom project.
This may be controversial. There are a number of Republicans who are also not comfortable with this figure in this bill, especially since Donald Trump said it was all going to be privately funded. So there's going to be pressure on some legislators. I think this fiscal hawks over in the House might have some issues with this bill, but I think that they're going to be a lot more concerned with the next one that's coming, which is the funding for the Iran war and the Defense Authorization Act.
In Washington, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Plus, one program is cutting the weight when it comes to support during a mental health crisis, slashing the cost and saving lives. And later, dreams aren't just for the big leagues. See how Delta County seniors are getting drafted, not by sports teams, but into life-changing careers. We'll be right back.
Shop our huge selection of Amish-crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order. With 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
CBS Tonight. You're my best man.
You call me best man, but I'm not. I hurt someone 5 years ago. I could lose everything.
Fire Country is all new. CBS Tonight.
New CBS Sunday.
21-year-old girl went missing last night.
Please help me find her.
You did the right thing by calling me.
Sounds like they got a bling ring going.
Stole from the wrong guy.
Come on! This guy's bad news.
I gotta find these girls.
Tracker is all new CBS Sunday.
We examine lab results closely. We monitor treatment progress meticulously. But what we see is you. We see how cancer affects the life you lead and touches the love you share. Even as we practice the latest treatments and consider the most advanced options, what we see is how we can provide the best possible care for you. Healthcare is a lot of things, but the best care is human. Aspirus Cancer Care. What we see is you.
Did you know most of what you throw away can be recycled? At Recycle 906, we accept more than just cardboard and jugs. We take plastics, metals, paper, and more. Recycle smarter, bring it to us. See what we accept at recycle906.com.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk Furniture's outdoor sale. A truckload of quality Amish-made furniture just arrived, over 200 pieces to choose from. Everything from pub tables and stools to end tables in the latest colors, like the Packers, Northern, even purple, or custom order in the colors you like. Adirondack chairs come 4 ways: the regular height seat, the folding, the glider, and the high seat to make it easy to get up. You can order benches and picnic tables too in the colors you like. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
Now, from the 19 News Forecast Center, this is WZMQ 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back, and we made it to Friday night, which means it is Mother's Day weekend. Hopefully you have something planned for all the moms out there in your life. They deserve one day at least where you have something planned that they don't have to worry about. But today was actually a typical spring day, very seasonal. Actually hit the high temperature right on the money, 58 degrees. The low temperature, 37. It was a bit colder than that, but we know we've been having that continuing issue with cold overnight temperatures and some frost. But at least the temperatures are recovering. spring. For right now, we're sitting at 54 degrees, 61 down to Iron Mountain, 47 from Munising, 58 up to Hancock. So very seasonal, which is a nice change of pace from at least most of this week where it's been a bit colder for us. And we will continue with that mostly dry pattern. And I say mostly because if you see a light shower or two, this is basically what you get when we say a 20% chance of rain, just a very light shower, widely scattered moving through the Upper Peninsula. And most of this might not even be reaching the ground just because it's so dry, but if it is, there might be a little bit of some light showers out to the western half of the Upper Peninsula for tonight. But of course, there's lots of opportunity to celebrate the moms all weekend. Specifically for Sunday, though, on Mother's Day itself, we are still looking at partly cloudy skies, temperatures into the mid-40s. So yes, it's on the cooler side, but there's a reasoning for that. We're looking at a system that will move through, and because of that, that shift in the winds going to make the temperatures have a more difficult time trying to get to that seasonal range, and we might be on the cooler side of things. But nevertheless, your first warning weather futurecast to make sure you try to pinpoint those outdoor plans, schedule the reservations, whatever you need to do. Things are generally okay for the weekend, meaning we can't completely put that 0% chance of rain all weekend, but at least we're not looking at any major rain systems or major snow systems. That can still happen at this time of the year in the Upper Peninsula. So Saturday looking fine, dry throughout most of the day. There may be a stray raindrop. I guess have the rain gear handy, but I don't really think a lot of you will actually need to pull it out for the outdoor plans. Sunday itself, again, trending dry. There may be a few pop-up showers. It's just from the shifting of the winds, and when a system moves through, sometimes the air just gets lifted, and with that lifting, extra cloud cover, you can get a brief downpour, and that is the situation that we're looking at for the weekend. So all things considered, with our positioning in the country, we know how variable the weather can be this time of the year, and again, it's because of this low pressure system that's going to move through that sometimes that's why the brief shower is up to question. All things considered, though, it's a nice weekend to get outside. There's plenty of time where you have those dry patches, really not looking at any rain at all, just temperatures to dip down to the mid-40s on Sunday. And then we're looking at a bit of a warm up as we get closer to the end of May. We'll talk more about that, especially coming up tonight at 11 o'clock.
Kelly, thank you very much again. May is National Mental Health Awareness Month. Tonight, our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon shows us how one support program is proving critical. Help doesn't have to come with a price tag or a waiting list.
This May, a spotlight on one mission that removes some of the largest barriers to vital help while navigating a mental health crisis: accessibility, affordability, and extended support.
We work with people for a year on getting them back on track.
Joe Kenny is the founder of Here Tomorrow, based in Jacksonville, Florida. The goal of every mental health resource or crisis center is to save lives and help people prosper. The same is true at Here Tomorrow. The program is run by a licensed psychologist with the help of dedicated professionals, but the approach is slightly different. One where people aren't numbers or clients.
We call them friends.
The program's mission is simple but different than most. Immediate, judgment-free suicide prevention support for up to 12 months from people who truly understand, all at no cost, thanks to state grants and individual support.
We'll never charge for any of our services to our friends, period.
After experiencing a mental health crisis or suicidal ideation in the U.S., it typically takes 60 days or more to get connected with a licensed therapist.
I can get you in 2 days.
As for the feedback so far,
I'm going to try not to cry for you, but that part is beyond your imagination.
For local mental health crises requiring hospital treatment, Kenny says the results speak for themselves.
We have reduced their return to the hospital by 60%, and if we get them with a licensed therapist, we've reduced that to 0.
Witnessing the success stories from an idea during one of the darkest times in his life has been profoundly emotional.
5 years ago, after my son's funeral, when I decided that either I was going to take my life and follow him, or I would start a program that helped save somebody else's daughter, somebody else's son, or somebody else's mother or father.
One program, rethinking the approach to mental health treatment at no cost, no wait, and no one turned away. Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
Still to come on your 19 News, students in Escanaba trade the classroom for the outdoors, releasing over 100 salmon into the Escanaba River. We'll have the details when we come back.
Tony's Green Thumb in Bark River is open for business. Tony's is your one-stop shop for all your garden and flower needs. Known for a huge variety of big, beautiful baskets, gorgeous planters, and over 600 varieties of vegetables and flowers to choose from. Open daily, come see why people travel over 100 miles to Tony's Green Thumb. Tony's Green Thumb, where beautiful gardens begin.
Doug Garrison here for Budget Windows. We had no idea. That's what customers say when they see and price Budget Windows. They had no idea that Budget Windows carries the highest rated replacement windows money can buy. So if you need new windows and want the best of the best without breaking your budget, call Budget Windows. Best built, best backed, best price. And remember, you always get triple glass for the price of double. Now that's a good idea.
To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, Jess from Planetary Design will pour 60 cups of coffee for 60 adventurers.
Shoot, lost count.
Shop small business on Amazon. To remind you that 60% of sales on Amazon come from independent sellers, John from Bluecorn Beeswax will light 60 candles for Marv and Ethel's 60th wedding anniversary.
Marv? Ethel?
Shop small business on Amazon.
Welcome to Car Breakdowns 101. I'm your Professor Ice-T. If your car is out of warranty, a car breakdown could eat you alive. Look at that car. The transmission alone could cost you $3,000. And that engine? How much do you love your kidneys? Don't even get me started on the computer system. That's a small fortune. Do what I did and call CarShield. They get expensive car repairs taken care of so you don't have to. Class dismissed.
Call 800-859-0084.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local with Kevin Hodge.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. Today, 10 Upper Peninsula seniors participated in a special draft, but instead of signing with athletic teams, they signed with local employers. Throughout the school year, they've been working for companies like Gunlock Champion and Prime Specialty Contracting through the Construction Connect UP program. This morning, they were drafted into apprenticeships in trades like plumbing, pipe fitting, and electrical contracting. The UP Construction Council says the goal is to help students prepare for the future and to fill much-needed roles in the workforce.
Our number one export in the Upper Peninsula is 18 to 25-year-olds. So we have to do everything that we can do in order to create pathways to whatever their success looks like.
Each student also received a $2,000 scholarship along with apparel from their new employer. This morning, Gladstone and Escanaba students took what they've learned in school this year out into nature. Students released more than 100 salmon fry into the Escanaba River as part of the DNR's Salmon in the Classroom program. Students received the eggs in November and studied the salmon's life cycle as they raised them. Today, they learned how to identify bugs that the salmon will eat in the river and practiced fly casting.
The most important thing is that they gain a real appreciation for protecting the environment and protecting our habitat and the natural world, and that these students now become hopefully ambassadors for our environment.
The Delta Conservation District and Trout Unlimited also taught students about the birds they might see migrating over the river. Marquette Alternative High School is raising money and awareness about the importance of trees. Over 100 students and faculty took part in what's called a Happy Little 5K. It's a nationwide run-walk event that raises money to plant trees. Each participant represents one tree to be planted in the Marquette area. Some students ran while others chose to walk the 5-kilometer course, which started at the Presque Isle Pavilion. Event organizer Kim Modelit said most students have been training for the 5K all semester.
We've been training and trying to get them to walk and or run every day or leading up to the race. We had a rain day. This is our second choice of a day, so we had a little extra time because we had a little extra snow. But sometimes it's difficult motivating them, but I think in the end they'll see it's all worth it.
The event honors iconic art instructor and television host Bob Ross while supporting tree planting and forest protection efforts. Mike Leathermeasure, look at sports after the break. A local bowling star is heading to Oklahoma. We'll introduce you to Sarah Harvey, the Upper Peninsula champ, turning heads on the lanes. But first, here's your Upers United volunteer opportunity of the day. The Knicks Run for Recovery 5K is taking place Saturday, May 30th. Run attendants are requested to help staff in handing out water and snacks to participants at the halfway point around Picnic Rocks. Volunteers are asked to check in with staff at Elizabeth's Chop House before heading to the location. To sign up to be a volunteer or check out other opportunities, just head to upersunited.com.
Hey, I'm Tony DeCopel, ahead on the CBS Evening News on this Friday. Are we alone? The question of UFOs. The President and the Secretary of Defense have released 170 documents going all the way back to 1947 to last year, all about UFOs. The public, apparently, according to the President, gets the chance to decide, quote, what the hell is going on? Also, Steve Hartman on a Friday, on the road, all new for Mother's Day, which is Sunday, don't forget. It's a story of complicated love, a girl who grew up one way and then gave it all back to mom to say, I see you now, and thank you. The wisdom, the warmth, moms are going to love it. Those stories and more ahead on the Evening News.
New CBS Tonight.
They're heading towards Deadwater. Drug enforcement.
There is a criminal cartel operating in Edgewater.
Let's go.
We're gonna have a problem as long as you stay out of my way.
Sheriff Country is all new CBS Tonight at 8/7 Central. New CBS Tonight.
Detective Reagan, Detective Silver, we're here to talk to you about the stalker.
Creepy letters and always a long stem rose.
We have a problem.
Looks like our stalker escalated to murder.
Boston Blue is all new CBS Tonight 10/9 Central.
When you live in the north, the winds blow harder, the winters last longer, and the leaves change in an instant. Every season tells its own story. That's why the roof over your head needs to protect the memories being made beneath it. At Dan Perkins, we build metal roofs that stand up to the northern elements. Because when you live in a place as untamed and wonderful as the north, your home deserves a roof that's just as enduring. Protect what matters most with Dan Perkins Construction.
We know that everybody loves me. We also know that everybody loves Raymond. But did you know everybody loves his brother and his wife and his parents too? It's a family everybody can love.
Everything you could want in one show.
Weeknights on MeTV 19.1.
I'm Drew Carey from The Price is Right here on TV 19.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Andersen brand products are #1 in quality, and the Window Store is your local Andersen expert for installation and service of all Andersen windows and doors. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Andersen is the #1 trusted window and door brand. The Window Store is the Upper Peninsula's clear choice for windows and doors. Now that's a perfect fit. From showroom to your home, Andersen Windows and Doors at the Window Store. Good evening, everyone. One of the top Upper Peninsula High School bowlers will continue her career in the state of Oklahoma. Sarah Harvey of the Ishpeming-Negaunee Cooperative Team signed her national letter of intent with Southern Nazarene. That's located in Bethany, just outside of Oklahoma City. The signing took place in the Ishpeming Library with family and friends. Harvey has been a two-time Upper Peninsula Dream Team bowler, and she won the UP Individual Girls title in February. She reached the round of 16 at the Division II individual state tournament in Waterford last February. Plus, she has won events in Wisconsin during her prep career. Sarah says it's nice to get the signing done so she can start the next part of her journey.
Really excited about it because it's the next step, and I've been waiting for it for like my entire high school career. And it's just been building up, and I feel like I've come to this pinnacle with my high school career, and I'm ready to move on to college. I really try to focus on my grades and work hard at everything I do, and it shows throughout like my game and my academics. And like I'm really excited about the school because it's located in a city, and it gets me to like this new culture.
The Southern Nazarene bowling program started about 4 years ago. Mark Jeffries is the head coach. The men's team finished 5th in the country in April in the Intercollegiate Championship held in Green Bay. Michigan State head hockey coach Adam Nightingale has announced the addition of Marquette's Andy Contois as assistant coach. Contois spent the last 2 seasons with Dave Schiak's staff as an assistant with NMU. Prior to that, Contois had 3 seasons as associate head coach of the Youngstown Phantoms, helping that team to its first Clark Cup title. And he was an assistant coach at the ECHL's Indy Fuel for 2 seasons. As a player, Contois played 1 season at Lake Superior State and then 4 at NMU with 97 points over 131 games played. The Negaunee boys tennis team has won the Kingsford Invitational Tournament taking place today in Dickinson County over 5 teams. Negaunee had champions at 4th singles along with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th doubles, and runner-up finishes at 1st, 2nd, and 3rd singles and 1st doubles. Let's go outside because it's a beautiful day for the Lions Track Invitational. And we'll start with the boys 110 hurdles. You're looking at for red, that's Jacob Norman of Marquette, 16.16 seconds. Sid Olson of Kingsford was second, followed by Cole Peckrell of Negaunee. For the girls, 100, Sadie Rogers, 16.31. Forest Park had second and third. Haven Van Sickle and Miss UP Volleyball, Ava Fisher, came in third. To the boys 100-meter dash, once again, Houghton Samuel Roth in the white and black toward the left a little bit. Edging, Ford Richardson of Marquette, 11.33 to 11.60. Ford later captured the 400. And in the girls 100, Elvira Coyne of Negaunee is your winner, 12.88. Izzy Francisco of Negaunee was second with Jordan Anthony third. More coming up on your WZMQ 19 News at 11. Sportsbooks have the New York Liberty as the favorite to go all the way this year in the WNBA. They won the title 2 years ago. The defending champion Las Vegas Aces are looking for a title again. Meanwhile, Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark is healthy and ready to go after missing most of last year because of injuries.
There's going to be some tough games this year. It's, unrealistic to expect myself to perform for 44 games. There's going to be some games where you just don't make shots, and just reminding myself of that.
Players will certainly pocket a lot more money this season thanks to a new collective bargaining agreement. And the Green Bay Packers made news today by saying goodbye to their kicker from last year. Brandon McManus is gone despite signing a 3-year, $15.3 million contract. They're hoping 6th-round draft pick Trey Smack will take over from there. And we will be right back.
It's time for an all-new Kelly! It's Stephanie Shu and Luke Evans from Broadway's new Rocky Horror Show. You play the iconic Dr. Frankenfurter.
Let me tell you, you put 7.5-inch stiletto boots on every night.
I was gonna say.
Wig, full makeup, corset, something happens.
And here I am. Plus the pits east of Briones. Next, Kelly.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, Monday at 5 on WZMQ CBS.
Anything that's wrong with America can be fixed by what's right in America. We are defined more by our shared values and our differences, and we're having a conversation about how.
Planning your next trip? Start it close to home at Marquette Sawyer Regional Airport. With convenient service on American, Delta, and United, you'll enjoy flexible flight options to Chicago, Detroit, and Minneapolis, with expanded United service starting in October. Save time, skip the long drive, and fly local with confidence. Book your flight today at sawyerairport.com.
The UP loves to be outdoors. Running, fishing, hiking, biking. If it's happening outside, you want to be a part of it. And this little baby is what you need to be ready. It's local and 100% free, 24/7. WZMQ 19's news app can show you the best times to be out, what to wear, how to stay safe, whether to bring along the kids. It's your problem-solving power tool, the WZMQ 19 app, now playing on a phone near you.
There's no looking back.
Don't look back.
I wasn't really looking back, just remembering back.
Remember back.
What do you say we start from here?
With a rifleman.
Weekdays at 3 p.m. on WZMQ Me TV.
And a final check of your forecast as we're headed into your Friday night and Saturday. Of course, it's Mother's Day weekend, so thankfully things are going to be pretty well behaved. Again, all things considered for this time of the year. A few widely scattered showers across the Upper Peninsula for tonight, with high temperatures tomorrow expected to reach that near 50, even some mid to upper 50-degree range. So a nice relief in the temperatures, and all in all, some sunshine for the moms out there, but they're the sunshine in itself, right? Make sure to come back here at 11 o'clock for another look at your forecast.
Kelly, thank you again. And finally tonight, today marks the one-year anniversary for Pope Leo as leader of the world's Catholics. Leo made history as the first American elevated to the papacy. The pontiff's Chicago hometown held a special mass to celebrate the milestone and reflect on Leo's first year as head of the Catholic Church.
Pope Leo may be a Chicagoan by birth, but he is truly a pastor to the world through the Holy Spirit.
Leo marked the occasion by touring Pompeii in his Pope-mobile as he blessed children in the crowd. His first year as pontiff generated some controversy. President Trump lashed out at Leo for criticizing the war with Iran. That's it for now, everyone. We'll catch you back here later tonight.
Good to be with you. I'm Tony DeCopo. The breaking news right now. Here they come.